Hey guys, this is Ray the Messenger, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about how you can overcome shyness once and for all. But before we get into the video, subscribe to my channel if you have subscribed already, ring the bell, you know the deal. But now let's get into the video, right? How you can overcome shyness once and for all. So the first thing I will do in this video is I will give you a basic idea of what I did in my own personal life to overcome shyness once and for all, and how you can take that and implement it into your own life, because that's why you're here. So let's get right into it. Back in the day, so when I was really a teenager, it all started out, I was extremely shy from the get-go. I wasn't really somebody who wanted to talk to many people, just from the nature of my person. Because you have to understand that there will be some people that just from the get-go will not be that social. They're not that open to talking to other people, which is in and of itself not a bad thing and not something that will hinder you to overcoming your shyness or starting to be confident and talking to other people. It just means that you prefer to stay alone, and this is what I was. But then that staying alone turned into shyness and not being able to talk to other people. I was scared to talk to other people, and I didn't want to talk to them, and then it got worse and worse, because shyness, it's like something when you don't talk to other people and you're already shy from the get-go, your shyness will become worse and worse. Because if you're afraid of doing something and you never did that thing, then the fear will start ramping up. It's like if you think about it, the moment you step onto a tower and you jump into the water, if you've never been there, if you never did it for a long time, and then you will have massive anxiety and you will be massively scared because you never did it. You don't know what to expect. And that's the same thing going into social situations. You have to understand the people that are confident or are open to talking to other people or can walk up to people on the street, to anybody, and tell them anything and talk to them in any kind of way, or talk to this person, that person, doesn't matter, right? Or sell them anything, it doesn't matter in what situation. These people that are confident, they all have one thing in common, and that's experience. They have been in this situation multiple times, a lot of times. Since early in the childhood, they have been exposed to different conversations. They've talked to a lot of people. They have been a social person oftentimes from the get-go, or they have been pushed in some kind of way by other people into social situations. So you need to push yourself into social situations. In order for you to overcome the shyness, you need to tackle it head on. It's not something, because I've seen some people that have searched on YouTube, for example, for some different kind of shyness meditations or some motivational videos. That will not help you. You cannot watch some kind of meditation video, sit there, listen to somebody talking, and then not doing anything, and just, oh, now I listen to the meditation, and after I listen to the meditation, somehow, some way my character will change. No, you will not somehow change because you listen to some meditation video. You need to listen to the video and take away what you need to do. And I'm telling you what you need to do. If you're somebody who's shy right now, where you're like, oh my god, Ray, I'm afraid, I'm shy, I cannot talk to other people, or I rarely talk to other people, then the first step I will tell you is you need to start going step by step. You need to start with the slower steps. So the first thing you will do today, if you're listening to this right now and you're able to do it today, you will go outside and you will talk to one stranger, a person you have never talked to, just randomly on the street. I know this sounds weird. Just start up a conversation with them. Maybe go up to them and ask them, hey, do you know what time it is? And by the way, I like your shoes. Where do you come from? Try to start involving them into a conversation. Oftentimes, sometimes maybe they don't want to talk to you, but it doesn't matter. The most important thing for you is go out there and start trying. You need to expose yourself to the social situation. It's like exposure to cold. If you know the guy Wim Hof, for example, I will give you an analogy so it's easy to understand. The guy Wim Hof is a guy that goes out there and has a lot of exposure to cold. That means he can go to a mountain and barely have anything on him, and he's not going to freeze to death because he has had exposure. And you have to have social exposure. That's what I call it right now. I've made it up in my mind. Social exposure. You need to expose yourself in as many social situations and different social situations as possible. You need to start pushing yourself and overcoming that anxiety. I know it's really hard and I know you don't want to do it, but you have to start out. So that's the first step. Talk to one random person every single day for 1 week. Start out with it today. That's your first challenge. So, and then what you do from there is you go to the next challenge, and then you make these little challenges for yourself until you are really confident in the social situations or talking to people. I bet you one thing. If you go out there and have talked to thousands of people randomly that you never talked to, like I did, so if you do that, then you will be able to talk to anybody, anywhere, anytime. So me, for example, right now, I'll give you a perspective, because I did that, and that the result, over years, of course, I did that over years. I talked to different people, strangers I've never met, in all kind of situations, wherever, at night, at day, on the street, in a club, in a bar, in a shopping mall, everywhere every place you can imagine in your mind, at tourist attractions, everywhere, it doesn't matter, in the church, everywhere, it doesn't matter. If the situation you can imagine, I probably talk to some stranger in that situation. And that's why right now I'm able to go up to basically anybody. I can talk to basically any person, any situation, anywhere, it doesn't matter. I've lost the anxiety because when in your brain, if you do something that many times, you become comfortable in it, and your brain will all of a sudden assess the danger level differently, because your brain works in danger levels. Your brain always assesses how dangerous is this situation for my own personal survival. And if you have never been in a situation, there are a lot of unfamiliarities, so things your brain does not know. And things that your brain does not know, those are things that scare the brain and cause you anxiety. Even if you're a person that is naturally outgoing, if you never talk to anybody, you will be automatically more hesitant to do that. So you need to start conditioning your mind and telling your subconscious, talking to strangers is not dangerous, nothing will happen to me, I will not die, I will not get called out by people, people will not randomly attack me or start calling me out, right? They will not start saying bad names and things about me. So do that. Start implementing the things that I just told you. Start talking to random people. Have a schedule where you're like, okay, this week I'm going to talk to this many people, strange people I've never talked to, and start doing that over and over and over again. And if you're sitting here right now and saying, oh my god, I can't do it, you have to push yourself. Find some other person that is also shy. Maybe you have some friend and he's also shy. Go out there together. You give him 500 euros or $500 and tell him, if I don't talk to a stranger today, you will take that money. And I bet you that you will talk to the people. I bet you. If you give somebody so much money into their hand that it's like, oh, if I lose that money, it will be uncomfortable. So if the level of uncomfortable is higher than talking to the stranger, then you will automatically talk to the stranger. Start doing that. Really do that. Go outside. That's the one thing that really helped me. Now, number 2, and this is like another thing that actually helped me, is go into some kind of mixed martial arts gym, boxing gym, wrestling gym, or kickboxing gym. Some kind of gym where you're like doing front combat. You need to do full contact combat, because if you do that, what you will notice is your confidence massively goes up. You are not scared anymore to talk to anybody, because in your in the back of your head you're like, okay, if I talk to that person and he starts maybe pushing me or shoving me, I know I can knock him out cold. I know that. That's for me personally, for example. I can go up to anybody. I'm not scared of anyone because I know how to fight. If you know how to fight, you're not scared of anybody. That's literally the thing that you're not scared of, because you're like, oh, a sparring session. If somebody, for example, would go at me or start attacking me, it would be like, oh, interesting, now we're doing a sparring session. And that's bad for the other person, because 99% of people are not trained. They are not trained. They're just trying to bait your confidence. It's a confidence bait. They try to see, okay, how confident is this other person? Maybe they try to challenge you, or maybe they're just aggressive people. And if they're like, oh, now I'm going to start talking down to this person, and then they realize, oh, this guy has massive confidence and can talk to anybody because you've trained fighting, right? If you have trained fighting, you know how to fight, you know how to defend yourself, confidence goes up and your anxiety will go down, because you're like, okay, who am I scared to fight? Nobody. And the interesting thing is also, what helped me is, when you go to the gym, of course, you're not alone, right? There are other people in the gym that you have never met before, and all of a sudden you have to talk to them, you have to interact with them, you have to have some kind of connection with them. That will also help you. All of a sudden, when you're a weird guy, maybe never talk to somebody, when you go to the gym, you will start building these connections with the people. And not only that, you will start to learn how to defend yourself, and in case something goes down, you're the guy that can handle the business. You can be the guy that knocks somebody out if it's necessary, or just choke somebody out, or put them on the ground and control them if necessary. I'm not saying you should do these things, but if necessary, you will have the confidence and you can start talking to the people. Implement these 2 things. I'm telling you right now, if you implement these 2 things, have a schedule where you talk to strange people, and right now go and take a class in some kind of mixed martial arts, do a full contact. You need full contact, full combat. Not some bullshit where you're like, oh, now I'm standing here, now I'm going to do this move. No, the other person have to do active resistance. So boxing, kickboxing, BJJ, those kind of things will help you. So take these things away, implement them. Listening to this video, listen. If you're listening to this video until this minute right now, thank you for listening. But you need to implement the things. You cannot just watch YouTube videos every single day and not implement it. Implementation is key. Everything I'm telling you will only work for you if you start implementing it. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Execute, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Goodbye.